The name of Martin Scorsese got me to this film, and boy was I glad. Hi guys, this is Farhad and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. If you're new to this channel, then please smash that subscribe button now. And before we get to the video, please remember to like/dislike and comment on the film that we are going to be talking today. Liking and commenting helps fuel the YouTube algorithm. And with that, let's get back to my review. So the Malayalam film that we are going to be discussing today, I have gone further into the blast from the past, and we are going to be discussing the 1979 film called Kumati, which was I got to know was recently restored in HD. And that was a fascinating point for me because while reading, I just got to know that it was the program started by Martin Scorsese, who took the initiative of restoring the film, and I absolutely wanted to therefore watch it. So Kumati, I went into the film blind, not knowing anything about the filmmaker or what the film stands for, and I was absolutely blown by the folklore that is there. Now we have been privy to folklores from the parents or the stories that we've heard from our grandparents that are there, but here the folklore essentially set in a village that is there, a village in Kerala supposedly. And it is a very simple story of a boogeyman who would come and displace the lives of the children, is what the folklore was. Initially, when the story begins also, you get a sense of this prevailing lurking sense of the boogeyman through the lines that are there, and it's almost said in a very frivolous manner, almost to the point that even the kids do not pay attention to that. This until a man enters the village who coaxes and lures the children in his path that is there, only for something to happen. And that is what the Lynchian twist in the tale it was. It's almost like a slow build up. It's a 90-minute, a little less than a 90-minute film that is there, and the first 50 minutes is just world building that is there. It's just building on the momentum that is there, making you feel the presence of a small village that is there in Kerala, near Kerala, or in the Malabar region is what it was hinted at. And you are just introduced to the characters and their character traits that are there, which are very important for a later payoff in the film. And so you have the protagonist, a little child called Chindan, who is almost like any other child. He does partly believe, partly doesn't, but partly also believes in the boogeyman folklore that is there, and he isn't really kind towards animals or birds. You get to see it very early on when there's a parrot in his house that is there and it's caged. Also, you see him almost wanting to throw a stone at a neighborhood dog, but he stops doing that. Why I saying these two incidents that are there? Because it has a payoff at the end. It's a later end payoff. And after that, once the character of an old man comes in and starts luring the children in, there is a sense of mystery to the character that is there, I must say. Although nothing immediately transpires, or there's not even a hint given in the screenplay as to what that man is associated with doing. But then later something happens in the screenplay at about the halfway mark. I noted the time, it was around the 53rd minute into the film. That is when something dramatic happens, and that is the twist in the tale that is there, that the folklore was hinting at all along. And the later half of the film, it's not exactly a story between good and bad, so to say, but it is more on the lines of educating the children on how to respect nature, respect animals that are there. That is the end message that exactly the filmmaker was looking out for. The filmmaker in this case is Govindan, Aravindan. Absolutely wonderful filmmaker is what I have been reading on the net. This is my first Govindan Aravindan film that I have discovered, and I am hopeful to discover some of his other films as well. It is so well directed here, and I'm absolutely floored by the frames that are there. It is such a beautiful kind of a drama with the frames. The restoration is absolutely stunning. I think some of the frames, act as postcards. That almost, if you see halfway through the film, there is a scene in which there's complete darkness with the skies turning lilac, and that absolutely, I think, was a stunning visual for me. Even while I have watched cinema day in and day out, and I was absolutely flummoxed by how beautifully shot the frames are, the long shots that are there. This is truly an international kind of a film in the truest sense, which is why some of the most acclaimed names from the international circuit have been praising this film and regarding it one of the best Indian films of all times. They have it in their list. Unfortunately, this film is not being discussed enough, which is why I said, oh no, let's get to it. Let's get some amount of buzz going through my channel, and I absolutely enjoyed it. Even the performances, I think, were stunning here. The children who played their respective parts, all of them were very good. Even the mystery man played by Ram Unni, very nicely performed, and there was a certain mystery to it. But it was a children's fable in a way also, when the way it unfolded with a touch of folklore, and the folklore with a culturally grounded film that is there. It was culturally grounded. You could see there's a cultural festival that is going on. All of this added to the fascination for the film for me, and it will go down as one of my favorite folklores, along with Tumbar that is there. It was wonderfully shot and prevailed. I think this is one film that you need to introduce your children to as well. If you haven't, if you watched the film, it's excellent, and you should introduce this kind of a film to your children as well. I would highly recommend you doing that. But at the end of the day, it's for everybody, and it's for everyone through the medium of my channel. I would say, please respect nature, please take care of animals and the birds that are there. They also need a little bit of us. We are all a part of that huge food chain that is there, the huge environment that is being created by the Almighty. So let's take care of each other, and I think that is my takeaway from the film. So that was it then. Let me know your thoughts on what did you make of the film Kumati. It's a 1979 film. I don't know how many have watched this film though, even from the previous generations. So let me know in the comments on what did you make of it, and whether you watched this film, you have any memories of the film. I've gone further, into the blast from the past, digging through films that are there. So one like, please, like the video, comment on the video. I think that will help fuel the YouTube algorithm. Share this video with your friends and family. Ask them to subscribe to the channel, and let's grow this Digi family together. And also, visit my site Popcorn Reviews with a double S. Also follow me on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. I do not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but there is one latest video that is there, latest review that is there on my site, and I also share that information on my social media platforms that is there. So do visit my site and leave a follow on the social media platforms. All information is in the description box below. I'll see you again soon with another video. Till then, take care of yourselves, and thank you so much for your love and support. Cheers.